Wait a second, who are you?
I'm your Google Assistant.
On the iPhone. This week at Google I/O, there are a ton of new announcements for the Google Assistant. You already saw that it's coming to the iPhone, but now you're going to be able to type to it. You're going to be able to buy stuff with it. You're going to be able to set up custom actions on it. Heck, you're going to be able to see stuff with the camera and have it identified for you. That's a lot to take in, but let's start with the big news. This is what the Google Assistant looks like on the iPhone.
As you can see, the Google Assistant on the iPhone looks and works almost identically to how it works on Android, but there are some new features. So for example, you can use the camera, it can identify objects, and then it can ask you questions about what you want to do with those objects. So if you see a concert, you can watch it on YouTube, or you can just order tickets or stick it directly onto your calendar. That's coming later this year, but the Google Assistant is launching right away, and what you can see here is it has a microphone. You can just tap on it and ask for things, and Google will give you the answers right here in that same conversational interface that they have on the iPhone. You can even scroll back up to see your history of previous questions that you've asked. It works really, really well. It's really simple, and it's really, really good at getting you answers from Google's ecosystem if you use it. Also, you'll see here that you can type at it, which is really convenient. When you type to it, it doesn't make noise, so if you're in a room with other people, you don't have to bother them. You can just open it up, start typing, and get your answer. It's something you can't do with Siri right now. Now for the iPhone, they made a custom widget so that you can get to it directly from your home screen. So you just swipe over, tap on it, and you can jump directly into a search from the Google Assistant, which is convenient because you can't do it from the home button. And you'll notice, last but not least, if you search for an address, it uses proper Google Maps, not Apple Maps, which honestly is better.
So that's the iPhone, but there's a bunch of other stuff coming to the Google Assistant that we need to talk about. And when you look at all these features individually, they might not seem that impressive, but when you take them together, it actually shows something really good. It's that Google knows what it's doing with AI on the phone. Their previous attempts like Now on Tap or Google Now ended up feeling kind of haphazard. But with the Google Assistant, it's really clear that where Google is heading is that beautiful dream of the Starship Enterprise, a computer that just does what you want without making you worry about apps and settings and text boxes and all the rest. So let's take a look at these very first baby steps that they're taking to get there.
One of the new things coming to the Google Assistant is that you can use third-party actions, stuff you used to only be able to do in Google Home, but now it works on the phones. So what we're looking at here is ordering food from Panera for delivery. And what's really interesting is we didn't set up a Panera account, we didn't set up a Panera skill, and Google already knows our home address and it knows our credit card number. It keeps all that stuff privately. So I can just tap a button and send it off to Panera, and I can just speak what I want and get it.
Even though the Assistant doesn't really get credit for it because you can't count skills like you can on Alexa, Google's actually done a pretty good job working with smart home device manufacturers to make more stuff compatible. They're up to 70 different manufacturers now, and starting soon, any of those manufacturers can go and register their new devices with Google so you won't have to wait for it to work. So I could just say, turn the lights off, and off they go.
It's also going to start working with Nest.
Okay, Google, play outdoor video in my living room.
So what's happening here is really obvious. Google is requesting the video stream from my Nest camera and displaying it over Chromecast on my TV. But my favorite thing that's happening on the Google Assistant is this new thing called shortcuts. Basically, it lets you set up a thing that you ask Google for all the time and automate it with your own custom keyword. So you just type in the custom keyword that you want, and then you type in the long action that you want, and it just works. So for example, if you want to watch Verge YouTube videos all the time, instead of saying, okay, Google, watch Verge on YouTube on my TV, you could just set up a keyword, Verge me, and it works, like this.
Verge me.
All right, playing The Verge from YouTube on Living Room.
Hey everybody, it's Sean, and I'm about to do something really stupid.
Okay, so when's all this stuff coming out? Well, honestly, it's gonna be a while. The Google Assistant on the iPhone is available right now, but the rest of it's coming out in the coming months, or maybe not even until the end of the year. And honestly, that's just how Google rolls. They're not very good at the big splashy announcement where they lay out a whole product vision and you can just get it right away. What they are very good at is slowly iterating over time when you're not even paying attention. And that's exactly what they're going to do with the Google Assistant. For much more on what is happening here at Google I/O 2017, you should definitely check us out on YouTube. We are The Verge.
Another bus. 2 buses. Wait for it.
This doesn't look like it's in focus.